Hello and welcome to a new video. In this video I'm going to show you how I made 818 mil profit from the Revenant Cave Drop Nerf that happened in February. I will go through my reasonings, risk assessment and other things that might be helpful if you ever decide to invest. So to understand my investment properly, we have to understand the story behind it. So on February 8th, 2018, Jagex buffed refs by a lot. At that point, they were in the game for around 2.5 months and the GP per hour wasn't too good. After a buff, a lot of people started doing refs because it was really good money per hour. And because of that, I have some images right here. Right here you can see an image of the loot from 80 hours of the refs at the time from a high level player. The player I took the image from was Plebrook on Twitter, I hope he doesn't mind. So the total loot was 407 mil in 80 hours and he spent 30 mil on supplies. This comes out to a profit of 4.7 mil per hour. But just to point something out, to fish and cook that many manta rays as he got from the refs in 80 hours, you would have to do fishing trawler and cook all the fish for over 110 hours at 99 cooking and fishing. The economy got flooded by loads of manta rays, coal, law runes and all the other items you can see here on the screen. So there was a huge outcry on Reddit that Jagex should nerf refs. And always when there's an outcry on Reddit, Jagex often does what Reddit wants. So I thought, if they nerf the refs, the items are going back up in price. So around the 15th of February, I started buying loads of the items I thought would rise back up again. Then with the thought in my head that refs are getting nerfed, I bought loads of the items. So I bought 2.1 mil manta rays for 1638 mil at 700 GP each. I also bought lots of the other items and those were law runes, U-logs and coal. But compared to the manta rays, the investments in those are kinda small. By the way, the buy limit of manta rays is 10k every 4 hours I think. So I bought manta rays on 12 accounts so I could rake in as many of them in a short period of time. Because I thought refs are getting nerfed quite soon. And then quickly after I bought all those items, the nerf came in. So I was quite lucky with my buying time because stuff started rising a little bit right after the hotfix came in. So they about halved all the drops, or even worse, they divided it by 3, so it wasn't like a really good money making method anymore, and a lot of people stopped doing revenants. So a lot less manta rays came in because the refs dropped less, and a lot less came in because people stopped killing them. So since I bought so many manta rays, I thought it would be a good idea to show in this video how the manta ray price was over the last few years. So in 2015, so 3 years ago, manta rays were traded for up to 6k each. But then the angler set came into the game and people actually did fishing trawler. So a big amount of manta rays, still a lot smaller than now, came into the game. And that went down to around 1.8k in early 2016. They went up a bit again, and the next significant change was on the Sulra nerf in May 2017. 100 sharks got changed to 30 manta rays. So there was a big influx of manta rays into the economy, but also more people started to use them. So they stabilized around 1.5k. Here you can see the graph for the manta rays for the last year. So when Warcraft came out, you can see they took a hit and it was the first time they went under 1k for a long period of time. So then when refs brought even more manta rays into the game with the drop table upgrade, that was the first time when they dropped under 800 each. I think the lowest was 750. So then I thought I need to buy loads of them because in my opinion they should be back up to 1k each right after they nerfed the refs. But like you all know, I was slightly wrong and it took 5 months for them to hit 1k each again. But since I'm stubborn as fuck, I just kept them and still made a big profit. But in those 5 months I could have made more money investing the money into something else. So this is, in my opinion, considered a safe investment, because I can't see manta rays ever going under 600 GP each. Jagex would intervene and change something, in my opinion. So for a safe investment, turning 1.6 bill into 2.3 in just 5 months sounds nice to me. So at the beginning of July, once they hit 1k each, I started selling off the manta rays in small batches of 100k each. Here you can see all trade screens or GE screenshots. I took one of each sale. So the reasons I started selling at 1k was, first, 1k per manta ray was my goal. Second, I was scared of a soon to come Rev Cave update where they would bring new other items and thus more people going to Rev Caves. And even with the nerfed amount of manta rays you get now, there would still be a bigger influx of manta rays then than there is now. So those are the two reasons I started selling. I think the lowest sell was 1015 GP and the highest was around 1250, or a small batch actually sold for 1.4k once the market was not saturated. So right here you can see the sales of the rest of the items. With those items I didn't care about influencing the market so much because they're a lot more traded than the manta rays, for example. So here you can see the U-Locks, I sold them for 299 each. Currently they're only around 250. I sold them like 2 months ago because I didn't like them in my bank, which was actually a smart move. So the Law Runes actually reached the point where I wanted them at 200 GP each, and the coal didn't go all the way up to where I thought they would. They were a bit higher in between, but they came down again. So 157 per coal is still a bit cheap in my opinion, but I wanted to make this video, so I sold the full stack. So now we are getting to the interesting part, how much profit I made on each item. So I made 744 mil profit on the 2.1 mil manta rays. If I only waited 2 weeks more, I would have made like 900 mil. But now with the new refs update, I'm not sure where the manta ray price will go. It might go down again. So for the other 3 items I didn't make a huge profit, but always the image of the coins on the left side of the items is the profit and the right one is the sell price. So the total investment was 1,960 mil and the payout 2,777 mil. By the way, maybe there are some people who don't know platinum tokens. You can't have a cash stack that's bigger than 2.147 billion. So you can then turn coins into platinum tokens, and 1 platinum token is 1,000 coins. And you can interchange them as much as you want. So it's a way to stack money bigger than max cash. So the total profit is 818 mil, like you saw in the title. Really nice. By the way, there are some rounding errors in the other numbers. That's the reason the payout minus the investment gives you 817. I think the investment was a little lower and the payout a little more than the mil, but I always round it to the nearest integer. So here's a quick summary I made on how to do a Nerf investment. So first, have an idea what might get nerfed. Ideas can be gotten by just looking at what Reddit says or reading high-level Twitter. Usually the JMod follow those 2 sources. Figure out what items might go up in price because of this. Usually it's just items they reduce. Maybe it has some other connections sometimes. Pick items that aren't directly bound to elk value. This is because if you, for example, take rune ores, there's only a profit margin of about 10% on them, because if they will never go under like 10.5k and won't go over like 13k, for example, because they are directly bound to the elk value of rune platelets, and making rune platelets gets far too much money per hour if they go below that. Buy loads of the items then, but it's better not to insta buy, because if you insta buy, you might already bring the price back up and you don't want to do that, especially if you buy on many accounts. then be prepared to wait some time. Remember, do not use money that actively helps you flipping, because if you want to flip and you want to use that money, also that means don't use your PVM gear if you want to do PVM, of course, because for that stuff you have to wait quite some time. Then sell off slowly. Like, once the price reaches the point you want it to be, sell off slowly. If you dump the whole stack just into the GE, the price will plummet again if you bought a big amount compared to the GE amount. Also, when selling off, sell it, don't insta sell it, just sell it 1 GP under the buy price for you, so you get as much profit out of it as possible and you can sell it off slowly. So since I made 818 mil profit on this investment, I thought I'd give a bit back to the community. So first, just leave a comment. 50 mil will go to a random commenter on this video. Also leave a like. I don't even know if I can check if you left a like, so I can't say you can only win if you left a like on this video. So then also 50 mil will go to a guy on Twitter. So just retweet the tweet that is the first one below the video and follow me on Twitter. You can only win the Twitter giveaway if you're actually following me. I want to get some more Twitter followers because it's quite hard if you don't stream to get a bit of a following, and it's always nice to get a little bit of a conversation going on Twitter. So if you have Twitter, just retweet that tweet and you have a chance on winning. So that's everything for this video, but I also quickly wanted to mention my clan chat. It's Michael_first. So just join in if you're searching a cool clan chat to chill in and to chat about whatever. You can also ask me questions there if my private is off. Usually it's on, so you could even PM me. I think that's actually everything. There's also Discord. The link is also in the description if you want to join into that. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks and bye.